In 2025, something subtle but permanent happened. AI did not just improve, it quietly removed the ceiling on what we thought was possible. And most people are still using an outdated phrase to describe it: too good to be true. That phrase made sense in a slower world, a world where progress moved in steps, a world where new technology took decades to settle. But 2025 did not move in steps, it moved in leaps. And the discomfort people feel right now is not disbelief, it is miscalibration. So today I want to do something different. Not hype, not predictions, not theory. I want to walk through 25 real things AI introduced or normalized in 2025 that people initially dismissed as impossible. And as you listen, notice where your brain says no way or that feels unreal, because that reaction is the point. Let's start with creation. In 2025, AI began generating studio quality video from simple text prompts, not demos, not rough drafts, finished content. At the same time, AI avatars became normal. Creators stopped needing to be on camera every time. Brands stopped needing spokespersons. Voice cloning crossed a threshold, not novelty, not robotic, human. AI edited long-form videos end-to-end, cuts, pacing, captions, flow, and image generation reached a level where people could no longer reliably tell what was real. That alone would have sounded impossible 5 years ago. Then came communication. Real-time translation worked in live conversations, not after the fact, during. AI adjusted tone and emotional cadence to match the speaker, not just words, delivery. Writing became collaborative, not prompted, conversational. AI detected communication patterns over time. How you think, how you frame problems, how you move between emotion and logic. And it summarized years of conversation into insights about you. This is where people start saying, that's too good to be true, but it already happened. Now work. AI agents handled multi-step workflows without constant oversight. They planned, executed, adjusted. AI did not replace tools, it replaced entire stacks. Decision-making shifted from searching for information to evaluating options. Small teams matched the output of departments. Time to execution collapsed. Weeks became days, days became hours. Then learning changed. AI stopped offering static lessons. It adapted in real time. It reflected cognitive styles back to users, not labels, patterns. It surfaced blind spots, not by judgment, by observation. AI stopped being a search engine. It became a thinking partner. And people began using it as a mirror. Which brings us to identity. In 2025, people started understanding their strengths differently, not from tests, from interaction. AI revealed behavioral archetypes from conversation alone, no survey, no form. The line between tool and collaborator blurred, and suddenly what felt extraordinary started to feel expected. This is where the phrase "too good to be true" quietly expired. Because what feels unreal is often just unfamiliar speed. The real risk is not AI. The real risk is staying anchored to an outdated reference point. The people who will struggle in 2026 will not be the least intelligent. They will be the ones waiting for things to feel normal again. Nothing on this list is magic. It is momentum. And momentum does not ask for permission. 2026 will not slow down. The only real question is whether your mental models will keep up. If 2025 was the year people said, "This feels unreal," 2026 will be the year people quietly fall behind. Not because AI becomes scarier, but because it becomes invisible. In 2025, AI announced itself. New tools, new capabilities, new headlines. In 2026, AI stops asking for your attention. And that is the real shift. This video is not about features. It is about consequences. Because the people who thrive in 2026 will not be the ones who learn the most tools. They will be the ones who update how they think. Let me show you what changes next. First prediction. In 2026, AI stops feeling optional. Not because it is forced, because opting out becomes inefficient. The gap will no longer be between AI users and non-users. It will be between people who integrated it into decision-making and people who kept it at the edges. Second, AI becomes ambient. You stop opening apps. You stop prompting deliberately. It listens. It adapts. It assists quietly in the background. When technology disappears, behavior changes fast. Third, speed becomes the new inequality, not intelligence, not effort, speed of interpretation. The advantage goes to people who can recognize what matters quickly and ignore what does not. Fourth, generalists regain power, not shallow generalists, strategic ones. People who understand systems, patterns, and context will outperform specialists who only know one lane. Fifth, execution replaces ideation as the bottleneck. Ideas are no longer rare. Follow-through is. AI compresses planning, but humans still choose. Sixth, personal AI memory becomes normal. Your history, your preferences, your patterns. AI does not just remember for you, it remembers you. This will feel unsettling for some, liberating for others. Seventh, decision fatigue drops, not because life gets simpler, because AI pre-sorts reality. You are no longer reacting to everything. You are selecting intentionally. Eighth, the most valuable skill becomes calibration, knowing when to trust AI, knowing when not to. Blind trust will fail. Total skepticism will fall behind. Ninth, content creation shifts again. Not more content, more resonance. People stop asking, how do I grow? They start asking, who is this actually for? 10th, AI exposes misalignment. If you do not know what you want, AI will amplify that confusion. If you are clear, it will multiply your impact. 11th, work becomes modular. Roles blur. Titles matter less. Contribution matters more. People are evaluated by outcomes, not activity. 12th, learning becomes continuous by default. Not courses, not credentials. Micro adjustments. Daily feedback loops. 13th, the phrase keep up disappears because chasing becomes exhausting. The winners are not the fastest movers. They are the most intentional movers. 14th, AI reveals emotional patterns, not just productivity habits, stress habits, avoidance habits, overthinking habits. Self-awareness becomes a competitive advantage. 15th, trust shifts, not away from humans, toward humans who know how to use tools responsibly. Transparency matters more than perfection. Sixteenth, people stop asking, what can AI do? They start asking, what should I let it do? Boundaries become strategy. 17th, AI becomes a filter for noise, news, trends, opinions. People who cannot filter will feel overwhelmed. People who can will feel calm. 18th, creativity changes definition. Original does not mean untouched. It means intentional. 19th, leadership becomes quieter, less performative, more decisive. People follow clarity, not charisma. 20th, burnout changes shape. It is no longer about workload. It is about misalignment with speed. Some people will slow down intentionally. Others will fracture. 21st, AI reveals who is procrastinating under the guise of preparation. Planning without execution becomes obvious. 22nd, personal strategy outperforms hustle. Those who know their strengths move faster with less effort. 23rd, the middle disappears. You either design your relationship with AI or inherit one by default. 24th, the question, is this too good to be true, finally dies, replaced by, am I using this responsibly? 25th, 2026 becomes a sorting year, not by intelligence, not by talent, by adaptability with self-awareness. This is not a warning, it is an invitation. The future is not rushing you. It is responding to how clearly you show up. 2025 showed us what was possible. 2026 will show us who is paying attention.
If this video helped you see the shift more clearly, do not just move on. Subscribe not for more content, but for better context. 2026 is not going to reward people who react faster. It will reward people who understand sooner. If you want to keep sharpening how you think, decide, and adapt as this changes, stay here. This conversation is just getting started.